You want money at the casino, he could be professional gambler person and put that down. That's like the thing about I got Taco Villa. Taco Villa, they give you a cup and I remember back then you have them on film and shit telling you this, that, and the other with their psychopath employees will be psychopath with you. I don't know how it goes from anything to your fingerprints so match going up in a bunch of shit that go fuck themselves. Fingerprint don't match going up anybody's shit. I'm serious. I'm spooked out by them doing that shit to me back then. Before I even had any of this, like before I had like a internet like set up to be able to tell you that these people tell you like I had the red Hoobastank shirt and got a display box. I had the red shirt Hoobastank shirt on that I had was my profile pic. I went walking to the plaza and the dude that went shopping at that point remembered me as somebody that bought Silent Hill for the Room on the Xbox initially, without the plastic over it. So technically it was like used, but I bought it brand new for like $20. And I bought other video games from him, but like he even didn't think I played what I had on the point in time. I remember a conversation with him. Did you play the game that you have the PS3? And I bought Watch Dogs or whatever and played all sorts of stuff back then, but or Sleeping Dogs, whatever the fuck that was. But going forward from playing it on an old console that bricked midway through 2019, going and then 2024 my PS4. Somebody was like obligated to be put in safe mode. There's no way of going for from getting it back out and like having them tell you it's always going to be in safe mode. That's what it wrote to me on Instagram. I logged off this. It took me 14 minutes. It took me 14 minutes initially. I'm never going to play any of that ever again. If you're for thinking they're going to buy something that costs more to get it fixed, than it's worth buying a PS5. You buy a PS5, whether they break your console for the shit you had past tense said on any of that crap like they're doing on Facebook. It was like Facebook, but that shit would have been basically deleted off. It would have been deleted off, and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't always know if these people act one way with you, and then initially they can't like tell you like you're gonna get signed by some for having enough people, and then the rest should be on Instagram. But I don't know if it's real now. It could be. Guy's dog's gonna bark at guy's dog out there, and like it could be like 1 digit degree of weather. The dog's out there barking. That's more fucking animal fucking cruelty. They got cameras basically up in their shit where they fucking installed. God knows what they have installed. I'm not ever walking past that shit. If you walk the other way, and they got cameras on both ends, and they still want to rob us. They can't do that shit. It's crazy. You get them on film robbing us, and then me trying to protect myself, like stabbing them with a cold pair of scissors and shit. Put my foot up their ass, so when they're trailing out to the shit, they go for it. My foot will be so far up there. I want that Romanian lady to fix my PS3 that before I bought another one at a library or whatever the library. Not library, but like it was like a library. I don't know why it's ready to be this stuff. and have them saying they paid the ransom money and shit. I'm like, well, they should have just gave me the damn money so I could get to it and run off with it. I doubt. I doubt they're really. Some of them said they were from Oakland Park and that it was a smoking hot girl. They have like multiple pages though. And once he tagged IHOP, I tagged IHOP over there where the Kansas City Retro was before, like maybe a year before we went to it. And I got spammed with a bunch of people wearing bikinis and shit saying they're from Kansas. So, or, I don't think that it's fair to be accused of being a serial killer and murder anybody. Then they went from a serial killer to a baby toucher, and it was fucking crazy. That Matt's more of a fucking serial killer than I am. Told me more fucking crazy shit with his mom with a thong and the YMCA back then. They're more irate, more irate, irate to me. Like they tell you like little creepy, like ludicrous, like crazy shit. Like that shit, crib bitch could be butt ass naked at your doorstep. I still wouldn't open the door. They could be, they could have the dildo go off right in front of the bitch. I would run the other way. It'd be like that. Was it? I forgot what this shit was called, Knock or something. 2023 trailer. And the knockabout, the knockabout and shit. I've been dragged out. Just like dragged, but never like. I've never been punched in my jaw before. So technically, like getting beat up never happened, but they just drag you around and slam you on shit. But never like face over, but any crazy shit. Like this guy should be able to. They were also at the grocery store. I should have filmed that. Like I filmed the grocery store with somebody I went to middle school and high school with. They believe that they could take a house from me and she can live in it. That's fucking crazy to have somebody that you don't understand why they even want to be here. But it's like fucked up. They'll even tell her more fucked up shit than probably I have. And I'm thin to them. I'm not homeless, asshole. If I put the money that I get for the amount of years that you work 30 years for and have a birth certificate, I put the damn amount where the house payment is every month. So they go fuck. As long as I can do that, as long as I can program the damn phone, and it isn't their fucking phone device. You know they can't take somebody's phone and say it belongs to somebody else. If they're calling you off sorts of crazy, they sure as hell ain't gonna be able to take the phone for you to do it. I could make a Silent Hill game where his tails is spinning, and you hear a siren, and you see like a Robotnik's weird ass with the Sephiroth sword or something. I could make some documentary. This guy does this shit on Silent Hill 2 engine or whatever the fuck. I don't even need the program availability to do all that. All this shit should automatically pop itself. You just initially kind of know how to do some things and kind of got a high score on something. So technically, they should allow you to be able to do that without getting sued by anybody. If technically they have crazy shit upon them to be able to be crazy with information.
I have a very active family.
Not to open the door to anybody, but they still make like I'm not gonna open the door. They have to if they want to get a hold of me, email me and say they're gonna pay you like $100 to connect with you, and then be able to do a screening to know who the fuck. They can't just walk past her and automatically pick them up. So I did that with Evan and Andrew doesn't even give a shit anymore. He's like a tuxedo, makes his own schedule and shit. Makes his own schedule, has a college degree and shit. Going forth, from Evan has fucking stocks and bonds where he bought his own damn house. They didn't have to just be able to do any of these YouTube people do. They think you can do something big, but these assholes that don't even barely on that shit, they did it themselves without even having people pay you money to. They didn't get paid by these people. They didn't done it themselves. But then jet setters, they didn't win. Did it without begging somebody for it. And I don't beg anybody. money that I get each month, I put into the house payment. The house payment is the amount like the whatever blind money you get, whatever the fuck for being blind. And they tell you you're blind. It's just they don't know the full story going forth from being jump slammed and going forth from like being accused of being a serial killer. It goes from that to that. The internet's weird going forth and they blame you for shit. And they don't know what the fuck. They just merges the Epstein files. Obama linked the Jennifer Anderson, like the 30 nights for.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, so
What's the
seeing
thing?
file, we went
File?
through the newly released emails, texts, and Epstein calendar
Like
entries, and
Obama
they reveal
counselor
a
told
friendship that
Epstein
we found was
report
far
on
deeper and
abuse
far
claims.
more personal than previously known. These documents show more than 100 exchanges that Rumler was
I don't
scheduled to
have
meet with Epstein more than 50
anything
times
wrong
in a
with
5-year
the
period.
internet
And
connection
look,
when you
these
call
weren't
the
just
internet
brief
provider
check-ins. They
that
included
you had for like
lunches
4 or
and dinner
5
with
years now.
celebrities, people like
So
Bill
technically,
Gates,
if you're
Woody
going
Allen,
forth and
Steve
looking up
Bannon,
something,
and
people will tell
Aaron.
you the most
In
fucked up shit. But I
message
have the
after message,
conversation
we
between
found
my
Epstein was
dad
turning to
and the
Rumler.
internet
She was clearly a
provider,
trusted
and they're
confidant,
not telling me anything
someone
different than
Epstein
whatever the
turned
fuck.
to
As long
when
as
he
you pay
was
the
worried
bill,
about
it's
headlines
not a business
examining
what the
his
fuck you look up.
history of abuse
These
of
assholes,
minors.
they do some crazy
Rumler
shit on
appears to have
islands
even helped,
and get away with it.
something we found, even helped craft a public relations statement
I'm
for
not an
Epstein in
islander
response
on
to
an
a
island full
forthcoming
of like
Washington
perverted
Post
people
editorial
with naked
in
people on a nude
2019 that was
speech.
calling
So it's
on
okay to be
Congress
naked.
to
Everybody's
investigate him.
butt
Now, this
ass
was a
naked
few
when
months
they come
before
out of
he
the
was
moon. They
indicted on
have
federal
people show
charges. Take a look at this right
the
here.
footage of them giving
Epstein
birth and
texted
shit.
someone, we don't know who it is because it was redacted by House investigators, but he texted someone with what he called the Rumler proposal, writing, "This is what Kathy suggests we tell the Washington Post." Now, the statement starts, "The criticism
It's
is
like
wrong," and the
Resident
middle
Evil
sentence here is
6
really
where they
key.
had that
It says,
Simmons guy
"Far
that
from
was like
receiving a
direct
sweetheart
advisor
deal,
over the
Mr. Epstein
government.
was subject to a
Whoever's
lengthy,
posted
aggressive,
and
and highly
regulated.
unusual federal
It's like that
investigation
shit.
for
Resident Evil
what
6
were
came
in
out
essence
in
local
2012.
offenses."
Back then.
So
I
Aaron,
played
we
that back
asked
then. I
Rumler,
want
did
to
you
replay
write
it.
this
But you already
statement
replayed it
for
once and didn't
Epstein
really like the
that
concept
said
and
he
all this
didn't
other
get a
shit. This
sweetheart
was
deal?
happening now
And she did not answer that
with all the
question
crap that
directly.
goes
She
on
instead
nowadays.
told CNN this: "I was one of a number of lawyers Epstein informally reached out to for advice.
Then you
I
get
had no
banned from
knowledge of
fucking
any
Facebook for having the
ongoing
truth on
unlawful
there.
activity
And they
on
ban
his
you, but
part."
then they like
Another
I'll give you
example is 2018,
168 days
when an article
or
was published
180
asking
days to
how
unban
Epstein
you.
escaped scrutiny.
And they
You see right
unbanned
there,
me. So
it was in the
technically,
Daily Beast
and
during
they
the
said you were going
Me
to get
Too movement.
a refund or a
Epstein sent the
reimbursement
article
check
to
for all
Rumler,
the
to
money that
which
they
she
owe you
replies back
for
to him,
posting anything on
quote,
Meta. Like I know on
calling
YouTube,
it a
anybody's
novella of
Facebook.
rehashed crap.
You
Now,
have to
we
actually
asked
gave my
Rumler
information,
about
sure,
this, and
but it was
Rumler told
because of
CNN
proof
she was
that I
calling
wasn't a
the
serial
article
killer
crap,
or I
but
wasn't
not
a
the
baby
allegations,
raper
saying
or
I was
any of that
obviously
shit.
referring to the reporting, not the allegations
They
of
go
any
forth
victims.
from
I am
like
deep
tuning out
sympathy
your
for anyone
information and
victimized
think
by
you're a
Epstein.
serial
As I've
killer.
said
It's
many
fucking
times,
disturbing
I regret
when
ever
they're
knowing
able to
him.
tell
All
you that
right,
information.
I
And then
want to
they
ask you
think
another
they can
question,
sue
just to be
you for
clear,
shit that
the
they're the
deal
ones
that she
told
referred to
me.
as a sweetheart
Like
deal,
you're a
just to be
serial
clear, we
killer
are
initially.
referring to the
You have it
deal
kind of
with
on film with the
Costin,
case
where,
where
The
they
where
tried to
2000 through the name, yeah.
he
and then
got
going
to,
forth and playing it
you know,
around
go
the
home
court.
with
Like,
Yeah,
how
Bill.
the fuck
the
did they
very
look at them
famous
for
one that is
initially
called
accusing you of
Sweetheart Deal,
that?
absolutely.
And they're the
That's
ones
what we're
trying
talking
to kill
about.
you
All right,
off
I just want to be clear.
and
So
take your
she's,
shit.
okay.
That's
So
the
that's
that's the
important. All right,
fucking
now
point
you
about
also
that. None of
found
this shit makes sense for them to
that
even do that
Epstein
if
said
you're more stronger
that
than
Kathy
they are.
Rumlow could vouch for his character.
That is right, Aaron. In a
Cancer advisor
2017
Epstein and exchanging
text,
emails
Epstein
with
was trying to
Obama.
connect with Bill Gates, but Gates' wife at the time, Melinda, wouldn't allow it because of Epstein's history as a sex offender. In this text exchange, Epstein offers Rumler to be a mediator, telling someone, "Bill met my friend Kathy Rumler, Obama counsel for 5 years. She would love to meet Melinda and give her the other side of Jeffrey," Epstein wrote, adding, "She is an arch feminist who is my great defender." We put that statement to Rumler, and she told us that she never met with Melinda Gates, and she said, quote, "I have no control over how Epstein characterized me or our interactions. I was not his defender. I never advocated on his behalf of any third party, not Melinda Gates, not the press, not a court, not a government official." Rumler told CNN she never represented him, nor was compensated by him, and a spokesperson for Goldman Sachs, where she earned $22.5 million last year, said this to us. Epstein referred business to Kathy, including a European bank he advised that became a client at Latham & Watkins. This naturally involved meetings and gatherings, including with other prospective clients, as occurred with other business associates. Aaron?
Okay, so fascinating, just to be clear, she said she never defended him, but he, back to your point about the Washington Post, he said, you know, Kathy
He said she
suggests we
wrote that
tell
statement.
the Washington Post that there's
And-
is wrong
And
defending
even,
him.
in that email too, there
Directly
was
logged
the
into
exchange
some-
over the Daily Beast
some
story where she
Apple
called it a
TPP.
quote novella of
Yeah,
rehash
if I'm not
drafts that I
getting
wasn't
paid to
talking
hear
about
them say
the
where you're
allegations. I was
from,
talking about the
and I
report,
said
but the report
everything
was
already
on
on some
the
of the
allegations.
Facebook stuff. I put like
$22.5
dates
million
down.
last year.
$22.5 million
supposed to
in
pay me
compensation
30,000.
package.
Everything
According to
turned
Goldman
to
Sachs.
Obama with counting and called was crazy.
I'm speechless. All right, Andrew Kaczynski, K-File. Thank you very much. It's incredible reporting. Tonight, a K-File exclusive on the woman that Jeffrey Epstein called, quote, my great defender. Now, you've probably not heard of her before, but she communicated with Epstein more than almost anyone else in the emails
These
released
people,
by the House
they
last
go
month,
forth
which,
and
if
have
you read through
islands
them
where
all,
they
raise the
technically
question,
go rape people
who
on
is she?
island, and they
Epstein
think
turned
that
to
shit's
her
okay,
when he
but
was
I
in
can't
trouble,
go forth
when
and
he
go
needed legal
outside because
advice
they
or
legally
PR
tell me
advice,
fucked up shit.
when responding to
And I'm
negative
not in any
press
legal
about
bind
sex offenses.
if I
Her
fucking
name
had no
is Kathy
fingerprint
Rumler.
evidence to go in
She was
anybody's
White House
shit.
counsel to
And if
President
they
Barack
blame me for
Obama.
something and then
She
try to
now
take
is the top
with brown
lawyer
hair, I don't have
at the
brown hair.
storied investment bank Goldman Sachs. And even though other high-profile figures have lost their positions after their emails with Epstein were revealed, people like Larry Summers, right? Different situation, but I mean,
People
his
have
name was
money
in those
they can
emails.
write
And
off and think
see what's
that
happened there. Goldman Sachs still employs her. They are defending her. And K-File's Andrew Kaczynski is out front now.
It's not the
Andrew,
business.
that in and of
Somebody's
itself
business.
is different than what we saw.
You have some
It's
kind of
not
like
the
thing
same
calling
Larry
like a
Summers used, but
pedophile.
anybody else
doing
sort of
pedophile shit
in close
themselves.
proximity to Epstein,
That-
it's not
That's
seen
like
as a good thing.
like
So
fucked up,
this is
like
remarkable
going
reporting that you have. You saw her name in here more than almost
and they're
anyone else.
introducing
You
me
went through,
like to do
you
like
found out. Can you
like
tell us more
background
about the
shit. And they're like
relationship
15
between
years
her
old
and
girls or
Epstein?
50 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, so CNN's K-File, we went through the newly released emails, texts, and Epstein calendar entries, and they reveal a friendship that we found was far deeper and
You
far
have the
more
internet
personal than
access
previously
on,
known. These
and they're
documents
telling you
show
that you're
more
not
than
a
100
pedophile.
exchanges
When
that Rumler
you
was
turn
scheduled
on
to
the
meet with
internet,
Epstein more than 50
the
times
web
in the 5
browser,
years
I don't
period.
even look at
And
like
look, these
Google,
weren't just brief
any of
check-ins.
that
They
crap. I
included
get the
lunches and dinner with
generalization of them
celebrities,
turning
people like
off
Bill Gates, Woody Allen,
the
Steve
safe
Bannon,
mode.
and
I don't
Aaron.
do any of that. I
In
don't
message
it's
after
logged or
message,
whatever.
we
Fuck,
found
just look up
Epstein
YouTube.
was turning to Rumler. She was clearly a trusted confidant, someone Epstein turned to when he was worried about headlines examining his history of abuse of minors. Rumler appears to have even helped, this is something we found, even helped craft a public relations statement for Epstein in response to a forthcoming Washington Post editorial in 2019 that was calling on Congress to investigate him. Now, this was a few months before he was indicted on federal charges. Take a look at this right here. Epstein texted someone. We don't know who it is because it was redacted by House investigators, but he texted someone with what he called the Rumler proposal, writing, "This is what Kathy suggests we tell the Washington Post." Now, the statement starts, "The criticism is wrong," and the middle sentence here is really key. It says, "Far from receiving a sweetheart deal, Mr. Epstein was subject to a lengthy, aggressive, and highly unusual federal investigation for what were, in essence, local offenses." So, Aaron, we asked Rumler, did you write this statement?
This guy has an island. He goes an
that
island and flies
said he didn't
off
get a
all
sweetheart
the
deal?
people
And she did not
that
answer
are
that
in the
question
elected
directly. She
government
instead told
to go
CNN
with
this:
15-year-old
"I
people
was
getting
one
backwards.
of a
So I've
number
seen
of lawyers
President of
Epstein informally reached out to for advice.
Bush,
I had no
but that
knowledge
Bill
of any
Clinton dude got a
ongoing unlawful activity
because I
on
worked 3
his
years
part."
for it.
Another
for fucking
example is
going to be a
2018,
grant writer.
when an
It's
article
not a
was
business
published
where the
asking
money comes
how
from. These
Epstein
people do
escaped scrutiny.
crazy
You can see
shit.
it right there.
All
It was in the
guns
Daily
out.
Beast during the Me Too movement. Epstein sent the article to Rumler, to which she replies back to him, quote, calling it a novella of rehashed crap. Now, we asked Rumler about this, and Rumler told CNN she was calling the article crap, but not the allegations, saying, "I was obviously referring to the reporting,
They didn't
not the
ban me off
allegations of any
initially
victims.
for
I have deep
fucking. I had
sympathy for
status
anyone
updated. They
victimized
said
by
they're like
Epstein, and as I
Christopher
said many
Columbus
times, I
taking people's
regret
lands away.
ever knowing him."
And they
All
banned
right,
me for saying
I
that
want to
shit.
ask you another
Everybody
question.
has
Just to be
naked
clear,
photos of
the
people
deal
on
that she
beaches
referred to
and
as a
shit.
sweetheart deal, just
Walking
that
around
we are
butt-ass
referring
naked
to
in the living
the
room.
deal with
I can't even have a
Florida, where
profile
he-
because I put
Two
Christopher
million,
Columbus.
he got to
It's like a
go
whatchamacallit,
home
taking
and-
people's
Yeah,
lands.
the very famous
Continue.
one that is called
Yeah.
the sweetheart deal. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
All right, I just want to be clear. So she's okay. So that's important. All right. Now you also found that Epstein said that Kathy Rumler could vouch for his character.
That is right, Aaron. In a 2017 text, Epstein was trying to connect with Bill Gates, but Gates' wife at the time, Melinda, wouldn't allow it because of Epstein's history as a sex offender. In this text exchange, Epstein offers Rumler to be a mediator, telling someone, "Bill met my friend Kathy Rumler, Obama counsel for 5 years. She would love to meet Melinda and give her the other side of Jeffrey," Epstein wrote, adding, "She is an arch feminist who is my great defender." We put that statement to Rumler, and she told us that she never met with Melinda Gates, and she said, quote, I have no control over how Epstein characterized me or our interactions. I was not his defender. I never advocated on his behalf of any third party, not Melinda Gates, not the press, not a court, not a government official. Rumler told CNN she never represented him, nor was compensated by him, and a spokesperson for Goldman Sachs, where she earned $22.5 million last year, said this to us. Epstein referred business to Kathy, including a European bank he advised that became a client at Latham & Watkins. This naturally involved meetings and gatherings, including with other prospective clients, as occurred with other business associates. Aaron?
Okay, so fascinating. Just to be clear, she says she never defended him, but he, back to your point about the Washington Post, he said, Kathy
He said she
suggests
wrote
we
that
tell
statement.
the Washington Post the criticism is
And,
wrong.
and even,
defending
even
him,
in
right?
that email too, or the text, the exchange over the Daily Beast stories, right, where she called it a quote novella of rehashed crap. She said, I wasn't talking about the allegations, I was talking about the report, but the report was on the allegations.
$22.5 million last year.
$22.5 million is the compensation package, according to Goldman Sachs, at least.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew Kaczynski, K-File. Thank you very much. It's incredible reporting. Tonight, a K-File exclusive on the woman that Jeffrey Epstein called, quote, my great defender. Now, you've probably not heard of her before, but she communicated with Epstein more than almost anyone else in the emails released by the House last month, which, if you read through them all, raised the questions, who is she? Epstein turned to her when he was in trouble, when he needed legal advice or PR advice, when responding to negative press about his sex offenses. Her name is Kathleen Rumler. She was White House counsel to President Barack Obama. She now is the top lawyer at the storied investment bank Goldman Sachs. And even though other high-profile figures have lost their positions after their emails with Epstein were revealed, people like Larry Summers, right? Different situation, but I mean, his name was in those emails, and see what's happened there. Goldman Sachs still employs Rumler. They are defending her. And K-File's Andrew Kaczynski is out front now. Andrew, that in and of itself is different than what we saw. I mean, most obviously in the Larry Summers case, but anybody else sort of in close proximity to Epstein, it's not seen as a good thing. So it's this remarkable reporting that you have. You saw her name in here more than almost anyone else. You went through, you found out. Can you tell us more about the relationship between her and Epstein?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, so CNN's
The counselor of Obama, the guy that got initially write all that crap about little Buck Obama at the presidency of them having war buck suing. The little fucking Arnie Affy has a dildo shoved up her ass on the island. And they killed Epstein. They knew about all that. They got back rubs for 15-year-old girls.
And look, these weren't just brief check-ins. They included lunch.
That's crazy for them to accuse me of marrying somebody when I was at Sunfresh back then. That's some crazy shit. That's the most craziest bullshit. Them not having the footage or whatever. Roll the damn footage. I don't look nothing like those assholes up in it. They're just creepy.
History of abuse of minors.
Creepy shit.
Even helped. This is something we found. Even helped.
We're whispering shit to kids and shit. Oh, we're being the secret down the ground bunker whispering to his booty hole.
In 2019,
he has the footage of me not being in the back of the crowd. Victoria, that's the most crazy shit. Oh, no one here is sex offenders. Fuck that shit. They're the ones doing some creepy shit.
Because it was redacted by House investigators, but he texted someone with what he called the Rumler proposal, writing, "This is what Kathy suggests we tell the Washington Post." Now, the statement starts,